How's it going, gamers? It's Chongo here, and today I've got a first look at the Crew closed beta for you guys, so let's get into it. So first off, the first thing I noticed when I went to play this game on PC is the frame rate was actually locked at 30 FPS, but you can go into the file settings and unlock it to 60 FPS, which made the game a lot better for me considering I have a rig that's able to play that. So I hope that this was just a starting setting for Ubisoft. I hope they didn't really, want to have this in the final game. I'm hoping, since it was just a beta, that this was just a setting they had there for now, because Ubisoft really needs to give PC gamers more control over settings like this. It seems silly to lock something like that, especially for a PC game when gamers have, these rigs that can do so much more than 30 FPS, so it did seem a bit odd to me. But first off, I'm just going to say that this game is fun. It's quite good to have a game like this, because after being let down by Watch Dogs, because everyone thought it was going to be this amazing game, I was a little bit skeptical about the Crew to see how well it would actually play out, but it's good to see that this game is actually fun. And although I'm not the biggest racing fan, or I'm not really good with car games, this whole game and its scope just appealed to me. The fact that you could drive from one place in America to another, and it could take, 60 minutes or something like that, I thought that was really cool. So although there are missions and races and that kind of stuff you can do in the game, one of the best things I found was just, picking a place to go and just drive there. So one of the things I did, I was in Detroit, even though my mission was only to go, 20k somewhere, I thought, stuff it, I'm going to go to LA. So first I went off to Las Vegas, because I thought that was a stop along the way. So it took me about 40 minutes, I think, driving along the highway and going through all these different states to get to Las Vegas. And when I got there, I drove around and had a look around. It was really cool to, actually have that pass through in not really real time, but instead of just fast traveling there and like, there's Las Vegas, the fact that you actually drove there. So far the game just seems like something that would be fun to drive around America with your friends. The only problem with this closed beta is not a lot of my friends got into the beta. I didn't really know anyone who got into the closed beta, and it's just one of those games that I think Ubisoft is going to try and push. You want to play this with your friends, which it is quite fun to drive around the country by myself. So imagine what it would be like if you had 3 other friends, whether it's a race across the country or you're just driving together in a line, whatever you're doing, seems like it would be quite fun. So my guess is Ubisoft is going to do an open beta later on and give people codes to give to friends, since they're trying to push this whole, crew. It's a crew of friends. They can be randoms if you want, but it's quite hard to find randoms in the game so far that I've found. I don't know if that's a setting they're going to add later, but it was quite hard to find people to play the game with. There were still people driving around, which was cool, but it seems like it'd be more of a game that if you had friends with you, you'd go and do missions together. However, playing solo is still fun to do missions and races and that sort of thing, plus the game actually has a storyline. It's something that's semi-interesting. It's not, a full-on single-player experience, but it's something that is good to still go through and do, but you wouldn't mind if you had to skip it for a couple of hours to go and drive around with your friends and that sort of thing. So I really enjoy driving in the Crew. It's really cool to just drive around places, as I said before, and also to have the ability to upgrade your car with, the mission stuff that you've done. You get a little reward for it that you can auto-equip to your car or go to your garage and check it out and find out what you want to be putting on your car, and as you keep playing through, you get better items to put on it. Also, the game features multiple different perspectives while driving, which I think is good, since some people may dislike the third-person view. I didn't really dislike the third-person view, I just found that I was much better at driving when I was in first-person, where I could see the steering wheel and that kind of stuff, and the whole game felt easier to maneuver when I was in that view. The biggest thing with the Crew is I hope that they have enough content in the game, because they do have the scope of the world down. It's definitely a massive world and it's really fun to explore, but if they don't have the, actual content in the game, I can see that's what's going to make or break this. If they don't have enough content, then people are going to play it for a little bit and just drop off, or if they've got enough, then I can see this game being really fun and probably played for quite some time. So far the game seems quite good, and it's definitely something fans of the racing genre should be looking out for. Anyway, this brings me to the end of my video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a like, and if you've got any comments on the Crew or other racing games, put it down below, and if you want to join the GamerHood, just subscribe. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time.